Hi, I'm Slavik with iDrinkCoffee.com. Today I'll be presenting the Profitec Pro 800 espresso machine. The Pro 800 adheres to the Neapolitan tradition, and no, I'm not talking about ice cream, I'm talking of course about levers. If you've ever had the privilege of visiting Naples, Italy, and you go for a cup of coffee, one of the things that you quickly notice are lever machines. There's levers everywhere in Naples. This traditional and romantic way of making espresso has really become a huge part of the culture of Naples and southern Italy in general, and that's why we refer to it as the Neapolitan tradition. The Pro 800 is a home machine that honors that tradition, but it's actually not made in Italy. It's made in Germany in Profitec's headquarters near Heidelberg. To present the Pro 800, I'm going to point out its features, and then I'm going to make a few different sets of drinks. I'm going to make some espresso, some milk-based drinks, and we'll give it a taste and see what this machine can do. This is actually the second version of the Pro 800 that Profitec has released, and what you'll see in this version are aesthetic upgrades. We have a big oversized pressure gauge, and that measures the pressure inside the boiler. There's wood accents are standard, so this is walnut wood. It's standard on the machine. We have the lever handle, the hot water and the steam, and also the portafilter handles. This machine comes with 3 portafilters, a single spout, double spout, and also a bottomless is included inside the box. Another aesthetic difference in the version 2 is the cup rail, which is right up here. They kind of changed the design. It looks quite nice, I think. This is welded on though, so it's not easy to remove. Although height is usually not a consideration with lever machines, the machines are very tall. Up here to the highest point of the machine is 28.7 inches. On the inside of the machine is a very generous 3.5 liter boiler, which for a home machine is quite large. Now, lever machines use a technology that we call a dipper style boiler. And what that means is that we're using the same water for our steam and our hot water here as we use for our espresso. So that water is quite hot. And that's always been one of the drawbacks of lever machines, is that they do tend to run quite hot. Depending on the style of coffee that you're using, it could lead maybe sometimes to bitter tastes. Although to solve that, what Profitec has done, or to improve that, what Profitec has done is 2 things. Behind the drip tray here is a PID, and if I remember correctly, I think the Profitec Pro 800 was the first ever lever machine or home lever machine that did feature a PID. And the PID controls the temperature inside the boiler. You can see it's set right now to 123 degrees. That, of course, is 123 degrees Celsius. If you're more comfortable in Fahrenheit, of course, you can make that change. Now, 123 degrees is very, very hot, much too hot for coffee. So the way a dipper works, it takes the water from the coolest part of the boiler, which is the bottom of the boiler, and then runs it into this group, and the group actually acts as a heat sink. This exposed group is designed to reduce the temperature of the water as it infuses the coffee. Also, if you want to cool the water a little bit more, you can lower the temperature inside your boiler, although remember that if you do that, your steam pressure will also go down because the water is not as hot, so there'll be less steam pressure. While I have the drip tray off, I'll also point out this feature right here. The Pro 800 can be run as a pour-over machine like I'm running it right now, or it can be plumbed directly into your water connection. And that's controlled using this switch right here. Left is water tank, right is plumbed in. I'm running this machine with the water tank, and the water tank is just right underneath here. This lifts up, and there's a 3-liter water tank, which is a fairly generous size. For most home users, lasts about a week. You refill it once a week or so. This machine features the joystick-style steam and hot water wands, which are instant on and instant off. They're also non-wearing, so if I want to steam, I just press the steam button, and you can see I've got a lot of steam. That 3.5 liter boiler can steam for a very long time. So if you like cappuccinos, this is perfect. And of course, on the right-hand side, we have the same thing. If I want to make an Americano or a tea, I would just dispense my water into a cup. First, I'd like to explain a couple of things about the way a lever machine works. What I'm going to do after I grind my coffee, I'm going to pull the lever all the way to the down position. And what we get in that position is pressure from the boiler. So water begins flowing through the group at boiler pressure, which is quite low. It's only about, you can see right here, just over 1 bar, maybe 1.2 bars or so. That's not going to be enough with my coffee being ground very fine in order to get an extraction. So in order to increase that pressure, I let go of the lever, and then the piston comes into action, and then the pressure increases to probably about 12 bars or so. And as the lever opens, that pressure goes from 12 all the way down eventually to 0. And that's the kind of curve of a lever machine. And there's just something about it that gives you fantastic tasting coffee. People really do like it. So now let's give this machine a try. Let's make some coffee. And the first drink that I'm going to make is going to be a shot of espresso. And alongside the Pro 800, I'm using another German legend, and that's the Malconic E65S grind by weight. I've got it set to 17 grams of coffee, so that delivers 17 grams each time. Really is an amazing grinder. I'm using the Profitec tamping stand, which is an optional accessory. And this tamper that I'm using right here, it's actually the tamper that comes with this machine. It's a bit of an economical tamper, but it still has that stainless steel base, decent weight, so you can begin using your machine as soon as you take it out of a box. At least it's not plastic like is included with some machines. So I'm going to put my portafilter into the group here. Now, in order to see my dose, I am going to be using a scale. So this is a Whitebird KC 200 scale. Fits on almost any drip tray. It's really awesome. So I'm going to let that coffee infuse just for a few seconds. And then I'll begin my extraction by letting go, and the spring does the rest. There's nothing more we need to do. That's just the boiler refilling, the pump refilling the boiler. One thing you can do here, and this is one of the fun things about having a lever machine, is I can pull that lever back down in order to increase the pressure if that's what I want to do. It gives you that kind of play with the pressure to get different things out of your coffee. So I'm just getting to 34 grams here. Oh, it's going to come right down to the end. And I just pulled it away, and I've actually got a 34.7 grams, so I pulled it away a little late. And that's one thing about lever machines, there's no way of stopping the extraction. So the only way is to actually pull it away and let the coffee drip into the drip tray, or some people do use a cup if you don't want it to be as messy. The drip tray is a generous size, but if you do let coffee drip into it, of course you do have to empty it on a regular basis. You can see my shot of espresso here is quite nice. You get a beautiful crema. I'm going to give this a taste. It is actually quite nice. It is on the warm side, so I would reduce the temperature by just a little bit because this is a slightly darker roast coffee, so I tend to like cooler temperatures for those coffees, but it is very flavorful. So the next drink that I'm going to make is going to be a milk-based drink, a latte. I've already got my coffee ground and my scale taired. Now with this machine, you can extract espresso and steam at the same time. I'm just going to purge my wand, make sure there's no water left inside there. And I am going to try to do both at once, although it is a little bit tricky. I'll begin my pre-infusion there and then start the extraction. And I'm frothing my milk. It's got great steaming power, like I said, because of the sizable boiler. And here I can actually, I'm going to just give it a second pull. And that's one of the fun things about having a lever machine, is that ability to manipulate the pressure and to play with the extraction. You can try to get different flavors out of your coffee. It really is great for experimentation. I'm just going to wait till I get 34 grams here. There we go, and I'm going to pull this away and add my milk. It is a lot easier to do this if you do the steps separate. Just do your espresso first and then froth your milk. That way you can catch the additional or the excess coffee into a separate cup rather than in the drip tray, because it can get a little bit messy. But anyways, I do have my cappuccino or my latte, and it tastes fantastic. I've said this in other videos before, and I'm going to say it again here. Lever machines certainly aren't for everyone. They are more work, they're quirkier, they require a different workflow. But if you put the time and effort into it, you can really coax some of the best espresso out of these machines. A lever machine is suitable for a person who's interested in exploring the romance and the origins of espresso, an individualist who is willing to put in the time to get the best possible results. And if that's you, the Pro 800 is a fantastic choice. It's really well made, it's made in Germany, very solid, will last you a lifetime. Yeah, the other thing is the reliability of these machines is very good. Like, there's not much to break. If you have any questions about the Profitec Pro 800, the Malconic E65 grind by weight, or any one of our products, please feel free to reach out to idrinkcoffee.com. We are here to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this about espresso machines, coffee grinders, and everything to do with coffee. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.